Okay, so welcome back from that interesting tidbit segment. I also have another very interesting interview. I've been bringing you some interviews in our productions that you've enjoyed in the past. We will promise to do very more on the interviews, just to improve and also to make it the show more interactive with you also watching us. Tonight in the studios I have Nudzor, Agbanu. A lot of us say that Ghana, obviously, the number one passion is football. But you would also note that one sport that is gaining a lot of currency is pool. When you go to the various pubs, the various homes, various centers, you are definitely going to find pool. And it's just not the players, but the level of people who support the game intrigues and interests me. So tonight we will be looking at pool sports, and we'll be looking at the benefits, what Ghana as a nation will derive from it. We'll look at the benefit to the individual, to the community, and also we'll talk more on sports. So I've enjoyed by Nudzor. I hope I've got a name.
Yes,
right. Nudzor Agbanu.
Yes.
Nudzor.
Akbar.
How are you doing?
I'm great, sir.
Is pool sports an individual sport, or you believe that it's a sport that brings people together just like football also does?
Yes, you can look at it as an individual sport, which can also be termed as a group sport. I mean, you can form a team of 2 or 3, but usually you can play by yourself with, another opponent. So yes, you're right. It's an individual sport and also can be termed as a team sport where you can have 2 or 3 people making up a team.
Okay, so there is a national championship going on. It's the Hunters National Championship. I hope I've got
the
it. The
Hunters National Pool Tournament.
But just bring us up to speed. How did it start? The association itself, are you with the National Sports Authority?
Yes, we have the Snooker Pool Association of Ghana, which is just gradually gaining recognition. And to answer your previous question, we started in 2009. That's when we organized the first ever pool tournament. And we were doing this only in Greater Accra. We partnered Accra-based radio station, and we did about 8 host centers, bars and pubs in Greater Accra alone. And then over the years, we've done 2 or 3 regions. But last year, we were able to do all 10 regions of Ghana. That's how come the name changed to the National Pool Tournament, because literally we have been playing qualifying games in every region of Ghana. So last year at the Accra Sports Stadium, we played the grand finale where Shehu Bamidele won the ultimate prize and took home a pool table that's worth 3,500 Ghana cedis, a trophy, and a whole lot of souvenirs from Hunters Gold.
Wow. That's very great. But let us look at this year's tournament. What is the scope of the tournament? Which players are on board the venues? Just bring us up to speed.
Yes, we have been playing the qualifying games for about 2 weeks now or so, and we have played close to about 17 host centers. Host centers, once again, I mean pubs, bars, clubs that are all over in Greater Accra. We're yet to move to other regions, and currently we have about 17 qualifiers. David Mensah, for instance, qualified from Vienna City, Tema. Ola Agbola qualified from Peaceman Sport, which is at Circle Accra. Mike Adebrigbe, he qualified from Vienna City, Accra. Isaac Ado, he qualified from Monte Carlo, which is at Community 10, Tema.
Let us look at the competition itself, and let us look at the benefits of pool to national development. As I said, to the individual, to the society, and also to the nation at large. What are some of the benefits that we can derive from playing pool? Because we all know the benefits we derive from football and some other sports that we follow. But if we are to give pool the maximum attention that it also deserves, what are some of the benefits that individually, as a community, and even as a nation, as a country, we stand to benefit?
Yes, on an individual level, you would notice that when people are playing pool, they are very steady and attentive and concentrate a lot before they shoot. It improves your sense of focus and target. So you have to be steady and you have to be in a very stable state of mind to play pool. So it improves your sense of focus on an individual level. It improves your IQ too. On a sporting level, which is to talk about the nation and the community, it's one of the sports where you would notice that it rallies people who don't even play to watch, because you watch with marvel how people put balls into holes that are so far apart, and they do it at a certain level of skill that if you watch, or when you're watching, you feel like you can play it too. It is not such a physical game, so that you don't have to be as fit as the average footballer physically, with stamina-wise, to play it. And it is not reserved for men or women. Any age can play, and any gender can play. So pool really is a global game. It's just that it may not be as widespread, yes, as soccer.
But it is obviously gaining a lot of support and a lot of momentum, especially almost most of the community centers, the various ones, the pubs, the places that people go to socialize, you must have a pool center. Now, when you go to the hostels and even some hotels, they are making it a preserve to have all those facilities. But with pool, is it expensive? You know, golf is tagged as an expensive sport. If it's to some extent tennis, the rackets, they are expensive. How expensive is pool? Or it's a sport that anybody can just go and play?
Really, anybody can play. And this brings me to the term snooker. You may have heard people refer to pool as snooker, and sometimes pool as snooker as pool.
Are they the same?
Really, they are. Really, I mean, they are. It's just that I can best describe it this way. Maybe if you're comparing football to beach soccer, or soccer to beach soccer. I mean, really, they are the same. It's just that the turf is different. And in snooker, the rules are slightly different from pool. But the name snooker is really the mother name for pool. Snooker was the initial name until it became such a game that can be played by almost everybody. Then it became pool. So when it was called snooker, it was played by royals a lot of royal people in Europe. And that's how come when the game spread to other parts of the world, it became a bit more casual. So it's called pool now.
So it started as snooker, metamorphosized into pool. Okay, so from the regionals to the national, do we also have African competitions, world competitions? We just saw the Black Stars. They play, the qualifiers play in African Cup. They go for the World Cup. We see athletics. They have the indoor. Then they go for the World Championship. Do we have the same for pool?
Yes, there is. I mean, there are so many competitions going on, and I would just like to zero in on Africa. Because, for instance, in Uganda, the person who won the Now Championship in Uganda last year got a car and 2 pool tables as a prize. In Nigeria, pool is bigger than Ghana. In Liberia, pool is bigger than Ghana. In Kenya, pool is mega than
But you are
Ghana.
Making pool to catch up also with these countries.
We're gradually getting there. And this is one of the reasons you would have noticed that a lot of the competitions you have played in Ghana since 2009 up to last year, more than half, about 2 or 3 of the winners have been Nigerians. And then we have also had Liberians winning. The reason is because they are more used to playing pool than a lot of Ghanaians. It was only in 2012 that a Ghanaian won. And so it tells you that other African countries are far ahead of Ghana when it comes to pool or snooker, so most people can understand what we are talking about. So we really need to do a lot to catch up.
So when it comes to rewards, is it also juicy? Can one become a professional pool player and use that as his profession? Is that allowed, or you can't just rely on pool to make a living?
Yes, I mean, we are gradually getting there. The reason why we are gradually getting there is that, for instance, in our own small way, last year, Shehu Bamidele took home a pool table. And we gave a pool table to the champion last year because we want to encourage people to play pool. If there are no pool tables in the communities, how will people learn to play? So for about 4 or 5 years now, we've been giving pool table to the champions so that they can share the playing with the people in the community. And one pool table, brand new, with a marble surface, costs 3,500 Ghana cedis.
Very expensive.
That's expensive. So if we give a pool table to a champion, really...
So at what stage are we now? Sorry to cut you short. In the competition, what is the stage?
We are in the qualifying games.
Okay.
And currently, we have played about 17 host centers in Greater Accra alone, and this weekend we are moving to the Ashanti region in Kumasi. That is this weekend, and then we'll move to other regions until we cover all 10 regions of Ghana, gather all the qualifiers, and bring them to the Accra Sports Stadium to play the grand finale on Saturday, 22nd November 2014.
Okay, so you just heard from Nudzor. He gave us an insight into the game of pool, and then we'll be having more of the players and winners and all. We'll be doing. We want to give equally some number of time as we dedicate to football, and talk about the other sports. And obviously, collectively, all the sports would grow, and then we would reap the benefits in sports. So your final words into the camera, and then so you just look into the camera, ask the people watching, and your final words to them.
Okay, my final is that this year we are giving away 5,000 Ghana cedis, which is 50 million cedis to the ultimate winner. That's the first prize winner, a trophy and Hunter souvenirs. The second position gets a 42-inch plasma TV screen. Third position gets a tabletop refrigerator, and all these positions, they come with Hunter souvenirs. And finally, we want to show a lot of appreciation to Hunter's Gold, produced by Distel Ghana Limited, because it's difficult to come by sponsorship. This year, the prizes are more than last year, and I encourage all players to take part in the Hunters National Pool Tournament 2014. Okay,
so obviously, if you are, so is it over? If someone wants to play, can he still come around, or obviously you cannot enter into the national championship?
No, the registration is still open. All you have to do is to go to any of the advertised host centers, that's bar or club that we have advertised that we're going to play.
But do they have an online site or where they can get you?
Exactly. Okay. You can find us on Facebook. Just search the National Pool Tournament on Facebook, and then all our fixtures and updates are there. And also, you just have to buy 2 bottles of Hunters, and then you get to play in the tournament. You don't have to buy the registration forms.
Okay, so search them on Facebook and then join them. Obviously, let's be playing pool, not just for the fun of it, but also to shape our IQ and system. So I'll be back with the rest of the guys whilst we bring you the argument. Will it be Manchester United continue to go down, 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 or Chelsea and the likes? We will also be looking at the second coming of Milo. A whole lot of issues will bring you the argument right here on Sportive Argument.